Welcome Mike Torre to the program today on MMAOddsBreaker. Getting ready to talk about his UFC Fight Night 79 fight in Korea against Nam, Yui Chul Nam. Interesting fight, but more importantly, it's a long way to go to get to go fight someplace.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's like a
far.
24-hour trip. Is that right? How long it's going to take you? About 24 hours?
Yeah, about like a 24 hour, like couple like layovers here and there, but it's a long ride, so
Do you
hopefully.
know? Do you know your itinerary? Like, what are your how does your flight go? From where do you start and how do you end up finishing in Seoul?
I think we start Phoenix and then we'll fly out to, I want to say China, then China to Korea. So it's not
Wow.
that.
Yeah, it's
So
not
it's
too
actually long.
bad. I thought for sure it was gonna be like a four flight, with three stops or at least two stops, two layovers.
It might.
Um,
I want to say maybe like Denver or something, but I'm not sure about that part.
okay, all
Right,
right.
right off the bat.
Have you ever flown that far before? Have you? First of all, have you been out of the country before?
Yeah, I have. That
And
was Brazil,
okay,
actually.
so but
Yeah,
Brazil,
but,
most Americans think Brazil is really far. It's really not that far. It's really just around the corner. So
yeah,
is this going to be the furthest that you've ever flown?
this trip, yep, this is the first I ever been, and I talked to Benson about it and a couple other guys, so we're leaving a little bit early
Of course,
on
yeah.
this flight just to get just because of the flight, how much toll on the body it's going to take, so get more time to recover.
Is who's going with you to help kind of relax on these long trips?
Usually I have like right now I have Victor Mesa and Yadi Mesa.
Hmm.
So those are the guys I'm taking with me right now. Joe Riggs is going also.
Big Joe.
Ben, Benson will be there, and then Crouch he will show up later on during the week after Efren's fight.
Okay.
So
So with Benson there, it's kind of an unfair advantage though for you because he's such a superstar in Korea. He's obviously the UFC poster child for Korea. He's been over there several times. So like for everybody else that has to travel there, they're kind of on their own. But you having Benson with you all the time kind of helps. Is that a relaxing thought as you're prepping to get ready to go over there?
yeah, it's more relaxing. Plus, we're gonna have like a lot more guys with us, so it's like a whole team trip going out
Yeah.
there. So this is gonna be like real familiar territory. So
Are
I'm
you
not.
coming home right after the fight's over, or are you going to stay a little bit longer?
Um, I'll probably spend 1 week in Japan. I'm fly over to Japan, hang out there
Oh
for a week, and then shoot back to the U.S.
no.
after.
Why Japan and not stay in Korea?
We'll probably stay there. We'll stay in Korea for a couple of days, but really want to go to Japan and probably do like a seminar out there on the Navy base
Oh, good.
right there. So
Okay.
hang out with the troops and stuff.
Have you been to Japan before?
I
Obviously not, right?
haven't, no,
Yeah.
I haven't been to Japan, so it's just like we're just making a little round trip right there.
Yeah, it's good. Actually, I've been to Japan a lot. It's a great country. It's a great culture. And obviously, being on military bases, you don't have to worry about the language barrier, so it makes it easier.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But let's talk about your fight coming up. That's the whole point. Let's break down Nam. How do you see him as a competitor, and how much film have you actually seen on him?
I watched a little bit like in beginning camp. I don't really pay too much attention because I like to be more offensive than defensive. I watch too much tape,
Okay.
but he's a scrapper, good wrestling, and he's gonna push forward on me. And that's the kind of fights I like where I don't really have to chase the guy down. He's still coming at me, so this should be an exciting fight.
Is it one of these fights that you get up for every day? You're like, wow, this is gonna be a great fight. I got to make sure that I've got everything dialed in, and my game plan stays the way my game plan should be.
Yeah, so with this guy, he's gonna be all game planning and just being more relaxed and not trying to rush anything and get caught. It just basically just be disciplined
Now
and
you're
not fine.
you're 6 foot, correct?
Yeah.
That's really tall for a 135 pounder. That's extremely tall. Do you find it? Do you have problems making weight right now at all, or is it relatively easy?
Actually, I've been working with a couple of guys with like nutritionists and everything, and what I've done is lose about 10 pounds of muscle, make my cut a little bit easier, and this thing a little bit smaller. So I'm trying to take it to like a scientific way of cutting. So it's been really helping me. I'm like only 15 over right now, so I shouldn't have a hard cut.
That's completely different than what I've heard from other fighters. Other fighters are like, well, I'm trying to reduce my body fat. I'm trying to increase my diet. I'm getting my cardio in better shape. But you came right out and said, look, I just lost 10 pounds of muscle to make it easier for you to make weight. That's a huge step. And that's almost more of a boxing step where old school boxers, but you and if you were a boxer, you being at
Yeah,
that height at 135 was not that big of a deal. It's kind
yeah,
of a normal stature for boxers. But it seems like fighters were always a little bit shorter, a little bit squattier until like Anderson Silva came on the scene big time. Then it became a kind of a taller game. How hard was it for you to get that 10 pounds off of you, especially since it was muscle?
it's been pretty hard. It's the like out to go paleo diet, but I'm just trying to get rid of the muscle. But I want my muscle, my body to be more dense. So I've been just doing a lot more heavy weight, less reps, basically,
Okay.
and just all paleo.
How long have you been on a paleo diet?
It's about since the beginning camp, about a month already. I
Okay.
didn't have I wasn't that heavy at the end of camp since my last fight, so
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a real big improvement. That should be much easier, and that goes a long way to if you can make weight easier. The recovery process is much better as well. Like that makes for a better, happier Mike when it comes time for fight night because you didn't suffer so
yep.
much trying to cut weight. If you're only 15 over right now, what are you going to be the week of the fight? Like when you get on the plane and get ready to fly over, what are you going to be at?
I just want to be 10 pounds over when I time I land out in Korea and
Okay.
just cut about 5 pounds of water. Nothing more than that, and I should be fine. It's just still gonna hurt after 53. I'm still gonna feel it, but not as bad as I used to.
Right. Right. That makes sense. So that's a big step, and I'm glad. Is this kind of the process right now at the lab that you guys are all kind of taking a way more higher scientific approach to how the fight game goes?
Yeah, a lot of guys are going up in weight, putting on more muscle. Some guys are cutting down, and this depending on how they feel where they could perform the best at, and that's how we like to do it, I guess.
That's smart. That's smart. Well, Mike, thanks for spending a few minutes with us here on MMAOddsBreaker. I really appreciate it. Have a great trip and have fun. I'll definitely be sitting there watching it, sitting at home watching it. So I can't wait to see you fight.
All right,
Thanks,
nice.
brother. Talk to you soon.
All right, later.